then many will follow.
What if I don't? What if I can't?
No. That's not an option anymore. You will, and you must.
Annabelle of the 13th generation, child of the Bruja clan.
That fire inside of you. Tap into that conviction. That's what we're missing, and that's what you have. Light that fire ablaze in them. And you know how to do it.
I went on a date here once, and
Yeah.
we snuck off with a did it on Douglas Fairbanks' grave.
You fucked on Fairbanks?
The dream has dwindled, but it is not extinguished. It can burn again. It can be rekindled tonight. Here! Now! We can reignite the spark that will drive the Anarch movement. We can reclaim it.
Closes his eyes for just a moment, and when he opens them, those beautiful sky blue orbs are black. They are completely black. Even the whites of his eyes are black. He stares at you as though he is trying to drive his gaze through your skin, through your bones, through your soul.
I meet his gaze. I don't flinch.
Few of us asked to be what we are. Fewer still of us are at peace with it, myself included.
Maybe you don't need me.
It's not true. I need you
And I'm yours.
forever. Every single one of you deserves a home!
Every kindred from the valley is welcome here. And yes, that includes the Thin Bloods. Everybody deserves a home. That's the Thin Bloods as well. They deserve a home just as much as we do.
We will not surrender the dream! Freedom over oppression! Liberty over tyranny! Independence over servitude!
I think it's because I can go outside in the daytime and they're just kind of, wait.
You're so lucky.
It's really cool. You can go out during the day.
Sorry.
Oh,
God, it's just,
I'm sorry.
no, it's just a, you okay?
Yeah,
It's been a year and a half.
yeah.
And I'm never gonna see another sunrise on the beach.
We, the kindred of Los Angeles, make this decision once again. We make it here, we make it now, we make it together!
Child of the Bruja clan, the spark of the revolution, Baby B, fledgling of the Valley Coterie. All these and more can describe the character I'll be discussing today. Hello, and welcome back, family, to Masquerade Monday. This is the 6th in a series of videos where I'll be doing in-depth profiles of the characters of LA by Night. You all have spoken, and the next video you wanted to see was about the idealistic Annabelle. So kindred, let's dive in. Unlike the rest of the coterie, who have been vampires for at least a few years, Annabelle is introduced to the audience and to her future coterie mates a mere few nights into her unlife. She doesn't come with the foreknowledge of all the encyclopedic terms, all those capitalized nouns, that her fellow kindred come with. She doesn't know what she is. She knows what she knows from movies, TV, and books, and is sort of rolling with it from moment to moment. And again, unlike the rest of her coterie, we know a lot about who she was as a mortal and who she is as a vampire. Annabelle was a student majoring in political science at Griffith College in Los Angeles. She was active in a number of student organizations and political groups, fighting for citizens' rights against government and corporate corruption. Her involvement in these activities unfortunately led directly to her death and subsequent embrace as a bruja.
So was I a recruit for the war?
Well, you were going to be, and it just got a little ahead of me. This was not what I wanted. I didn't know what else to do.
We torched a senator's office.
You firebombed a government building?
It was beautiful.
This isn't Fight Club! What are you talking about? You torched a senator's building!
Nobody got hurt, and there was nothing. Like, he had money in the police. Like, there was no way anybody was gonna bring this guy down.
That's true.
Did that bring him down?
Set him back quite a bit, yes,
That is
actually.
also true.
Yeah, no one got hurt except you. You were going to, if I'm not misunderstanding, you would have died.
Yes, it's true.
You were dead.
So Nick was gonna come after me.
He did.
He did come after you.
But
I don't think you...
You did not.
You don't
did
understand
not.
what he's trying to tell you.
You did not survive that. I got you out of there. I turned my back on you for maybe a minute to make sure we weren't being followed. And you were just gone. You went fast. You didn't even eat. But yeah, you were over. Annabelle was over.
By the time the coterie finds Annabelle, she is persuading students on campus to give her blood transfusions for her rare genetic disease.
What have you been telling people?
Oh, just that I have a genetic disorder that's starting to manifest and that I need blood. You know, there's a lot of things that you can do if you can edit Wikipedia properly.
After Victor allows his beast to handle the situation, scaring Annabelle into coming with him and his coterie, it quickly becomes apparent that not only does Annabelle recognize Victor, she's dating his son.
Annabelle. Sociology student Annabelle.
Yeah?
Are you dating a guy named Mark? Oh, it is her.
Mr. Temple?
She's dating my son.
Bringing her to meet Isaac Abrams, the Baron of Hollywood, Annabelle has a little Freudian slip that could have easily left her staked out for the son.
How accurate are Interview with a Vampire and Queen of the Damned? We did a lot of research and there was a lot of confusing information and I did wake up like half in the sun and it really hurt, but
Annabelle? Who is we? We did a lot of research. Who is we?
I was just like watching movies with friends and stuff. But they don't know anything. Like,
You want to lie to him?
yeah.
This new information leads the coterie to realize that not only has Annabelle told her boyfriend Mark, Victor's son, about her suspicions of being a vampire, she's also told her girlfriend, Eleanor. Annabelle doesn't really grasp how dangerous it is to tell people about her new unlife until Chris, the man she most recently got a blood transfusion from, ends up dead.
In fact, he looks like he hasn't slept in days. And he stares at you vacantly and says, yeah? What do you want?
Chris and I are study buddies for Soch, and I was wondering if he was around.
No, he's not around. Hey, I'm Rick. I'm Chris's brother. Holds out his hand.
Nice to meet you, Rick.
Yeah. So you don't know.
Know what?
He's dead. My brother's dead. He died last night. There was an accident. Hit and run.
She also hears constantly from Victor how much danger she'll be in should something happen to his son.
Most interesting things about us is there's a pretty short list of things that actually kill us. Sunlight, decapitation. We can live through quite a lot. So, what I need you to understand, and I'm telling you this both as a friend and as a colleague, if anything happens to my son, I will spend centuries tormenting you. I will cut off your toes. I will cut off your fingers. I will stake you and leave you out and let you starve in pain and anguish for centuries. And the only reason I don't do that to you at this exact second is I believe you didn't know. You didn't know. This time yesterday, life was completely different, but you're here now. This is the game. This is our lives. Do you understand?
If something happens to Mark, I deserve that.
Annabelle begins the treacherous balancing act of navigating the world of darkness, learning from her coterie mates and other kindred, like X, who each have a different perspective on what it means to be the undead.
Set is in my blood. My God is in my blood. I am a part of them. I know this to be true.
How can you live like this when you know other people are suffering?
Well, we welcome people into our doors. That's all we can do. People need to look for their own answers, and we are a place who can do that. People over
Have
there.
you ever loved somebody?
like really love somebody or somebodies.
Yes, I've lived a very long time. Very, very long time. And I've loved many people. Sometimes, most of the time, they die. It's something you have to understand. It can tear you apart, or you learn to live with it.
All of this, the decadence, the drugs and the alcohol and the sex, does that help you?
It's fun. It makes you feel alive. That's just part of it. It makes the really hard times less terrible and more bearable.
Lean into it until you master it then.
Exactly. The night doesn't have to be so dark and terrible.
It becomes clear to everyone, however, that Annabelle is determined to make her own way, and for good or ill, doing things according to her conscience. One night on the beach, hanging with her new Malkavian friend X, Annabelle was the recipient of one of X's premonitions.
Pushing forward, focusing your mind on the locket. The world fades. The sea, the beach, Annabelle. All fade. There's the distant sound of rain. It's pleasant. There's music in the air, although you don't know the tune. And in front of your eyes, as if floating in the air before you, a shining, beautiful, golden heart. Like a Valentine heart. And the heart is wreathed around the edges with fire. And then there's a flash of pain, a sharp sensation, like the sting of the doctor's needle in the arm. It's brief, but distinct. The heart begins to rotate, to spin. Slowly at first, and then more rapidly, around and around and around. And the fire wreathing the edges of the golden heart begins to flicker and die as though being put out by the rapid motion of the spinning. Just before it is extinguished completely, it springs again to life. Fire increases in strength, but it is no longer red and orange and yellow, all the familiar colors of flame. Now it's strange, dark, almost midnight blue, shot through with deepest crimson, almost as if the fire has veins, and it flickers brightly, and the heart stops spinning and begins to move towards you, drifting closer to your face, closer and closer, until you're afraid. You pull back, pull away,
Are you okay?
and the world is here again.
And it is likely Annabelle took this to mean bringing her girlfriend Eleanor into this world of darkness.
I'd walk through the 9 hells for you. I'd walk through the 9 hells with you. It's hell on earth. You're still warm.
For now, but it takes effort to do this. In the day, you're just a lifeless corpse. We're all corpses just walking around. You wouldn't be able to see the sun. You wouldn't be able to see your family.
I'm a lifeless corpse without you already.
I love you.
I need you.
I'm yours.
Forever.
As of the recording of this video, it is unclear whether Annabelle performed the embrace on Elle or if she called on one of her allies, such as Ramona. Whoever did it, it is confirmed in a much later conversation with her boyfriend Mark.
She's one of us. She's a kindred.
How did that happen?
I can't tell you much more about it, but she's, I think, safe. I sent her away for a little bit because we needed some time.
Do you know where she is?
Roughly.
Dope.
Yeah.
It is also unclear where exactly Elle is now. As the Camarilla descends upon LA, the Anarchs look to the fledgling Annabelle to lead their cause against the Ivory Tower. Annabelle is reluctant at first, but revolution lives in her blood and the blood of her clan, and she heeds the call, giving a rousing speech that sent shockwaves through the unbound of Los Angeles. Through this new role, she manages to recruit the Nosferatu, with additional prices only Baron Temple, Jasper, and Eva can pay, and allies herself with a coterie called the Valkyries, led by the gangrel Sycorax and her fellow Bruja Casey. Annabelle even gets the attention of Jeanette, the sister of the Malkavian Baron of Santa Monica, and Velvet Velour, the adopted child of Baron Abrams.
Well, who's your friend?
Hello.
Hi, I'm Velvet.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
A
Your
pleasure
dress
to meet
is
you.
stunning.
Oh, you're Baby B. I've heard
Yes.
of you. I've heard of you.
The newly acquired stage name.
It's such a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming.
It's really Annabelle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all heard of you.
Oh, what have you heard?
Admirable things. Admirable things. You're an inspiration to everyone, myself included. I'm thrilled to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry that we weren't acquainted before, when clearly you're quite the person to meet.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Who am I kidding? Yes, I would.
It's good to know your worth. I like a woman who knows her worth.
So do I. So, can we expect any more, big moments from you? I missed the last one.
There's plenty more where that came from.
Glad to hear it.
Investing so much time into the machinations of kindred politics, Annabelle has neglected her boyfriend Mark for long enough, and he seeks her out, learning simultaneously that not only is she a vampire, Annabelle is working with his father, who is also a vampire. A back and forth ensues, Annabelle wanting to keep him safe, but also not wanting to lie to him anymore. Annabelle offers him a choice: to forget what he has learned through Victor's mental manipulation, or to drink of her blood and become something more than human. Although, as a mortal who has never been a ghoul, Mark can't really know what he's getting himself into, but he decides to devote himself, body and soul, to Annabelle.
She has fangs. They cut open flesh of her wrist. And the dark liquid wells up and into your mouth. It is more quenching than the finest wines, more delicious than pure spring water from a deep stone well on a hot summer's day. Nothing has ever tasted so good in your entire life.
This leads directly to Mark being targeted by the scourges of the Camarilla, Rodrigo and Aurora, during Victor Temple's new club opening.
Sorry about that. Actually, who I'm kidding. No, I'm not.
Where are we?
Don't worry about it. My brother will be here in a few moments, and then we'll leave.
Where are we going? Why did you take me?
Maybe the next time you are in mixed company, you shouldn't tell people who your father is.
And although Mark is saved from their clutches, it is Jasper who is taken instead.
While
You can
yelling.
shine the light on the ball of blackness.
Mm-hmm.
Jasper, it feels like you're in the mirror again, in free fall, floating. There's nothing beneath your fangs. There's nothing to bite into.
Jasper, get away from her.
You don't hear Annabelle. You don't hear anything. The blackness begins to recede. And when the blackness is gone. So is Jasper. And so is Aurora.
Annabelle springs into action along with the rest of her coterie, mobilizing a task force and calling on her allies, the Valkyries, to hit the Camarilla in one of their revenue storehouses simultaneously. The rescue attempt is a success, but the Valkyries suffered major losses.
Everyone that I care about. Fucking DRT. Either met the true death, sick as...
What do you all need? How can we help? I heard Sycorax is hurt.
There's no you all anymore. It's me. It's you singular. I don't have a squad anymore. I don't have a partner anymore.
Annabelle had to do a thing. She had to take care of somebody that was in trouble.
Yeah, I bet we're gonna have words.
I'm sure you are.
As of the recording of this video, no repercussions against Annabelle are known. Seeing the danger of keeping Mark closer to her own life, Annabelle seeks out the Baron of Downtown, Nines Rodriguez, and requests that he train and help protect Mark, to which he agrees. The discussion of embracing him is also on the table, but for now, Mark seems content with living in both worlds. Annabelle is quick to make allies and seems to encourage loyalty, so when she's betrayed by her close friend X, who attempts to diablerize her, Annabelle does something she has never done in her short time as a vampire. She runs away. She escapes into the open arms of her sire, a man she supposedly despises, and agrees to travel with him to Gary, Indiana. Annabelle was last seen in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, with Baron Victor Temple, among other prominent anarchs. Will Annabelle return to LA and her coterie a changed kindred? Will she continue to fight against her beast or be swallowed up by it? Will her mistakes come to light? And what ramifications will be waiting for her upon her return to the City of Angels? Let me know your thoughts and your favorite Annabelle moments in LA by Night in the comments. I make World of Darkness videos multiple times a week, so if you enjoyed this one, please consider subscribing. And as always, thank you so much for watching.